Okay, so if you're like a woman and you're super confident and you're just independent, like of course the guy will naturally presume the less dominant role and be more submissive.
Welcome back to More to Life. Before I get started, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to click the notification bell to be sure that you get my videos as soon as I release them. Now, I got one for you today, guys. It's going to be women talking about submissive men and why they don't like it. But we're going to get into this. They create men like this, and I'm going to explain why men absolutely cannot accept this. Let's get into it.
Okay, so if you're like a woman and you're super confident and you're just independent, like of course the guy will naturally presume the less dominant role and be more submissive. But that's still unattractive.
Then why do you guys do it?
Because the woman still wants to have the power, which she naturally will as an alpha female. But if
Alpha
the
female
guy is so obviously submissive, it's not attractive.
Wouldn't that eventually not work out?
This thing with alpha female, right? I don't think there's such a thing. But you know what created that? What created the alpha female? Strong, independent woman, right? And that's really what it is. If a woman's an alpha female and she's independent, she's usually a strong, independent woman, and it makes her more fit to be a single woman. And see, what she said was, guys submit. What happens is the guys that submit are beta, and women call it submissive. It's beta, and I know a lot of people don't like hearing the alpha, beta, and then she said alpha female. So alpha females gonna automatically attract a beta male, right? And women don't want that, and guys have to absolutely not be that. That's why men like Andrew Tate was so important, right? And he's even younger than me. But what it is men nowadays don't grow up hard, right? I grew up hard, okay? And not every man that's my age grew up hard like that, but I grew up hard. So I understand Andrew Tate and what he's saying, right? And the things he's saying. When he talks about escaping the matrix and all that stuff, I get it, because it's really a mind frame. But what happens is a lot of guys lock themselves inside of a box, and then they deal with women like this, right? Because a lot of guys automatically put themselves as low value, and they push women up, you know, through compliments, and not even just through compliments, right? Because a lot of times a woman will get into a relationship with these guys, he'll be in his zone, and then he gets with her, and he stops doing everything that got him the girl, right? He stops exercising, he stops grinding and being on his purpose, and then what happens is everything revolves around her, and women absolutely hate that. Women hate it. When a guy turns his purpose off, dials it down, and then makes a woman his everything, it kills him. It kills him. It kills his drive. And you know, it's wild. Even when you're married, right? Like me, I'm married right now, and I can't let that kill my drive. I got to keep pursuing. I have to keep going hard in the gym, right? I have to make sure my wife is in the gym. It's still a push you have to have. You know, you still have to have guys around you that's going to make you better, because you let that die, it's over. You know, you're never going to be your best self. And what happens is, as a man, especially in relationships sometimes, I advise guys to get in relationships. Every guy can't be a player for the rest of their life, you know. But still, you're in a relationship, you have to remember what got me in this relationship in the first place, right? And that's you being a strong man. So submitting to a woman is just something that can't happen. But anyway, guys, I'll show you these other clips here where this woman just simply, you know, let me play this. It says, always end up attracting submissive men, realizing my dark femme energy attracts them, right? And it's real. Your dark femme energy is attracting them because those guys are just way past submissive, right? They're way past submissive, and they're long gone. A lot of guys out there are long gone to where they're extremely soft and don't realize it. Guys, I was looking at a video the other day where a guy was in a club, right? Spanish guy, and he was in a Spanish club, and another guy rolled up on him, started dancing with his girl, and took his girl from him, right? This guy went in the club and let another man take his girl from him. Now, that's on a girl too, because that girl has no respect, right? But still, she probably wanted to see that he was going to have a and stand up for her. If he would have just told the guy, hey man, would you back up, right? The guy probably respected him. If you got in a fight, he needed to get in a fight. You know, as a man, you can't avoid confrontation. Not all confrontation. Every confrontation you should get into. But confrontation like that, yeah, man can't avoid, right? That's automatic. That's an automatic fight right there. That's automatic. You get beat up, or if he has a bunch of guys in there with him, you get jumped, and it's not even off the for the girl, right? It's not even for the girl. That's for yourself. You know how many times I've been in situations like that, and I reacted a certain way, and women always think it's for them. It's like, no, it's not for you. It's for me. A man shouldn't feel he can even think about doing that to me, right? A man shouldn't even have that in his brain. I remember one time it happened, a guy, I'm walking the street, right, with my lady. The guy looked like he just got out of jail, right? Big dude, way bigger than me. The guy walks up and just starts talking about, like, willy-nilly, like it was all good, right? And this happened to me when I was what? I was 21 years old. This is about 20 years ago, guys. Guy just walks up, big dude. Yo, what are you doing? You know what happened? That man backed up because he seen I was aggressive, and I was ready. I squared up like, what you doing? What's up? He looked at me like, oh, this guy's ready to fight, right? He was like, oh, no, my bad, man. Da, da, da. Right away, he went to apologizing. Is it because I'm the big dog, alpha, I kill anybody? No, it's not that. It's just that I stood up for myself, right? And that guy should have done it in that video, too. That's why I shared the video with you guys. Because that video is just a clear example of super beta. And this guy actually, and the Spanish guy actually was tearing a little bit. He was tearing. So he let that girl crush his heart. That was his everything. He had everything relied on her. He had his bills. I mean, literally, guys, he probably was paying her bills. All of her bills, right? He probably was paying them, and he probably still hasn't even gotten any yet. You can tell from the way he let that situation happen. I mean, I was about to break down and cry. I felt bad for him. I felt bad for him going, man, this guy needs to really change his life around. You know, you can tell he's a little bit chubby, right? And I'm like, man, this guy needs to hit the bench hard. He needs to take a boxing class. He needs to get punched in the face, right? He needs to get, I feel every man needs for that to happen to them, right? Because that's when you start to learn who you are. When you go through situations like that and you're still a certain way, that's when you know I've come into myself, right? I'm here now. And it's not about just being out there getting unnecessary drama for no reason, but when a man knows he's a man, and not even the fact of he's just taking violence, but a man knows about himself when he goes through that kind of controversy, that's real. We're gonna block that out, cause but still, guys, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, I got another one for you here. It's another woman, right? Who saying the same thing. She's saying finding out dark feminine energy attracts submissive men. Another one, guys. So these women are going through it, and you know, this really just acting for TikTok, but there's some truth to this, right? You can tell these women are dark. I can even tell the first woman was dark, and you can tell the second woman was dark as well. And they're like that because they want a guy to be a beta, right? They want a guy to be like that. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Now, I don't know what's happening with women wanting this feminine energy. I don't know what's wrong with guys accepting that role. Please stop it, fellas, because there's definitely more to life than this. See you next video.